you don't want to give them the early game. So what you want to do is pressure them as much as possible. If not the Dusa, then at least the other 4 heroes. If you give the Dusa free farm, that's totally fine as long as you keep the other heroes down. You can't just do what Evil Corporation did last game and basically give Dusa a good time and the other 4 heroes as well.
DNZ running at 3 heroes already. It's not off to a good start. It does have the burst strike, getting himself a little bit away, and then the stun. Make sure that the Bat Rider cannot continue to stick up the stick in napalm. So DNZ will get away with his life there, but gotta be careful about these kind of things.
Bit of an interesting move. He walked up very aggressively without a ward even.
Yeah.
So
without his team. Like,
yeah.
That's the other thing.
And now he ate a tango and is going back to base anyway. That's the wasted tango, DNZ.
Well, he should be fine regardless. Right, Boogie down bottom on the Enchantress. Looks like Vata are gonna look towards that matchup. So Secret dodging that out entirely.
The battle begins.
Penta can still react to it here with the TP. And Secret just use their own to match Ace up against whoever they want to match him up against, essentially.
Go for my master.
So they want this. It's interesting that they want this lineup or this matchup. I mean, they do definitely have kill potential onto the spread right now. Open wounds into split earth. That's almost always a kill just because they have a lot of burst damage. But the top lane, the Conscience versus Tiny and the Bounce House on top, not an easy matchup at all. Not within time.
Especially since Boogie is late. He's not gonna get a lot of experience out of this first wave with Tiny. Already getting close to level 2.
Bata with the offset XD. Again, these are friends. Our men, Bata, you know, these guys, they know each other.
Trying to tussle up against each other. So that does leave the mid lane. Mid 1 versus 9. Dusa versus Quap. Could be Quap favored unless you tank one too many Mystic Snakes. Yapto up against DNZ, range versus melee. These kind of support in the middle lane can turn things around a little bit more in favor of Team Secret.
Actually, the this is really cross favored. Dusa is pretty tanky through in general, has a lot of damage in the last with, and can generally harass the Queen of Pain as well, especially with the new. I mean, like you said, you know, with the Mystic Snake, and of course also even with the new split shot. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's not an easy matchup for both sides, really, and it's not never gonna be a true 1v1 anyway because of the support.
It's supposed to come down to whether. Oh, what?
First blood.
Really up top, actually. One down.
This is why I wasn't too sure about this Chantress matchup against the Tiny Dog because they have a lot of kill potential to her. Tiny with the tree early on is just so annoying to deal with that Boogie. Because effectively, there's no range advantage for Boogie with that tree, and he can always constantly harass Boogie with the tree.
To the impurity.
And then obviously burst up.
Keeping them in the toss. Alright, so far off to a good start up top. Even on bottom though, they're gonna go on Farda, try and get. Oh, Let's Play trying to get him away, but Sun will still connect. Farda tank enough at level 3 to stand down, also himself to work with. All unable to burst him down, and well, that's very early, he's running it out, and now he's even making rotation. Gonna try again, slows from an early point up to the Lightning Storm. Burst Strike will connect, Oliver. Does he have another slow available here? He does indeed, committing, and they're gonna get this kill despite Yapso rotating in. Not a whole lot that he can do. It's a great job Lifestealer to do most of that last bit of damage that they needed.
But for Yapso it's still pretty good. They don't waste any experience whatsoever because he immediately TPs them. He gets the experience, maybe even a lot of experience. But yeah, a bit unfortunate for Penta that they don't get that early or that first kill already. If our men had been level 2 and had the slow from the Stag Storm already, or whatever it's called, Lightning Storm, sorry, I think that would have been a kill or should have been the only justice.
Try mid, yeah, mid 1. Yeah, he was cross on the other side, so there's plenty of time for DNZ to rotate in. Arm and with the TP, does have the extra slow into the stun. Doesn't actually have the mana here with the Mystic Snake stealing some of it, but they're still running them down regardless. DNZ will also take out power shots. Yeah.
Great rotation.
Pretty good. At the same time, Boogie ended up falling on top again, didn't he?
Yeah. Really good awareness from DNZ. He saw that Yapso TP and bottom and immediately walked mid because he knew with Yapso TPing mid he cannot rotate or TP to answer to this gank. and he obviously wouldn't be mid anymore. So really easy kill for Penta, and this is good awareness from them.
With the wave pushing out, mid one was all the way on the other side, so not close enough to the tower to really rely on their protection to make Penta think twice about diving it.
Laning stage so far, I'd say it's pretty balanced. Yeah, you lose this bottom lane, but it's to be expected. You don't really lose it that hard. Bad Reddit died once. It's fine. And the Dusa again, Dusa mid versus Quap into the last inning, pretty easy. Yeah, he killed the Dusa once, but in turn he killed the Spike top, so yeah, laning stage very even so far.
Yep. You see the cleave, Boogie has to stay away. He does have the heal to work with now, and means that he shouldn't really die as easily anymore. Even with Puppy rotating in right now, he's been very patient getting the Curry again. That's a big one. Faith boots, as well as the bomb is even more important. 490, so well.
And Oliver, I believe those were
that
was yeah.
Those were Oliver's.
Oliver's face boots. Can they kill this? Nah. Man, this is actually really good kill, but unfortunately, it's not like Bata is in a position to sort of like take advantage of it. Usually, if in a better 1v1 matchup, yeah, he could go bottom, be more aggressive. Because he knows he can.
What?
Again, that's not a solo kill.
I saw it all. There was like 2 cleaves, then a toss, and then the tree just jumping in, and we didn't have the heal available. But again in mid, they're gonna try again. 9, core level 6 just yet, and this time no R-man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid one will be fine. Damn. This top lane is... It's gonna be a scary tiny, isn't it?
Yep. The question is, what is Ace gonna do with it? You know, is he gonna go for an early blink and try to create space for the rest of the team? I think he has to, because the true carry of this team is gonna be mid one, and he needs to do something with his advantage, because the secret has sort of, I wouldn't necessarily say possessive. Is he dead?
Try to go for the room.
Yeah, I get this.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's bad, man. Well, at the very least, they should be perhaps able to secure the tower. They have one of their own siege creeps, and Boogie stole the other one. Double catapult, unless it's being respawned into it. We'll secure the tower, easy peasy. Now DNZ and R-Man gonna try again in mid, sooner rather than later. Yapsaw sticking around this time. Could be the target instead if they even work together, but R-Man. What is he looking for? We'll see the courier, but it does not have nearly enough damage to actually snipe it.
Now they want to make sure they attack from 2 different angles if they do go for this kill, because if they go for one angle, they run the risk of not being able to kill or stun her. But if they attack from 2 angles, it makes it much easier to execute this gank. They also know the bounce hunters here, so they might just be discouraged to do this overall.
Puppy not walking out the kills, so we will not see doing still stick around, but ultimately it might as well mean just a lot of wasted time. DNV's not getting anything off of this here, but looks at it. Especially now if mid one continues dark the tower as he is right now. The wave for it is. Meanwhile up top, Boogie gonna go on him again. Ace, sing inside, yeah. Saw him, picks up a tree, slowed down, avalanche, one cleave, the cast bouncing on this catapult.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It's actually such a bad matchup for the Enchantress, because, you know, Enchantress, one of the things that makes her very good in these 1v1s, usually, is because with the Untouchable, it makes it impossible for targets to kill her, or to hit her, right? But with the crew, mid lane,
missing mid one. Yeah. Puppy's still running though. DNC, he's not fine at all. Slow down with
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're not really connecting with these kind of gangs, and if they can't, then Penta, generally speaking, gonna have a much harder time coming back into the mid game, even if they have the heroes for it. In this game, it's questionable. Eventually, the Sand King is gonna find himself a big dagger now. Oh, that free kill on the bounty hunter. So doesn't help one way or the other. He's gonna try and deny himself to the Ancients. And, okay, quite successful.
I'll take that.
Penta might be gone on here.
There it is, Amen. Follow up, there it is. Earth Splitter, not Earth Splitter. Still, proved to be quite tanky here. Richard's also helping out Ace now. He's the one with rotation in. Oliver, no rage means it's gonna take quite a bit of damage. And another rage coming off cooldown though with the toss. Not really
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They do save Fata. They do chase away Oliver. Don't even have to push much.
Fata really good itemization here. Going for these smaller early items, you know, the Strain Drop, the Magic Wand, made him too tanky for this gank. Otherwise, it is probably like without that range up, it's probably a kill. But just mitigated a lot of damage. Sort of everybody betting this top lane. I guess Boogie is walking back now, but you know, he tried to rotate mid and tried to farm against Medusa. Certainly easier than Tiny.
Yep.
And looks like they're gonna put the Tiny bottom against this Lifestealer now, which is also a good matchup. Usually Lifestealer can trade better against most melee heroes. The Tiny, you know, is sort of like a Monkey King melee hero now, just because of his extended range with the tree and the cleave makes it really difficult to trade with him at this point.
Yeah. Well, for now, he's just farming up the jungle. He has the threats completed, 1200 gold in the bank. Nothing queued up just yet, but yeah. That blink dagger makes a lot of sense that you were mentioning earlier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
Question is
Boogie.
low Boogie. Gonna go on him again. The cast gonna bounce a little bit here to the stage 3 puppies there as well. It's one right click off, another one extra few from mid one, but
Radiant's bottom tower
quite
is
enough
falling.
that is though with like double 3 already. Heal's not gonna be fast enough to save him.
I'll take your tribute.
It's a bit of an issue if your solo lane is this far behind. He's been a bit of a punching bag this entire game. 0-5 and 0 on this
Dyer's
chapter.
The
top
thing is,
tower
though,
is under attack.
It's just the Enchantress, right? You just mentioned 0-5 and 0 or whatever, but like the only other death is onto DMZ. Queen of Pain and Lysla are still doing fine. Yeah, the Queen of Pain is behind in terms of net worth, behind the Medusa, but generally speaking, you know, it's still doing fine. Level 7.5.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
That's all she needs. The Lysla is doing really well, top of the net worth. This is
Radiant's
concerning.
middle
Yeah, you killed
tower is under
the
attack.
Enchantress over and over again, but
Radiant's
at some point that
structures are
kill is not going to be really worth it anymore. It's still a kill, but ideally you want to kill on these like really big targets now.
Radiant's middle tower is
Click on something puppy, looking for another Curious Knight maybe? Can't really skip the creep wave, can he? I guess you can drag them around a little bit, but there's 3 catapults in mid now. Boogie maintaining 2 and they got the extra one there. Looking for a bit of a wraparound in case anyone defended the tier 1, but didn't actually need it. This high defender's line is here. Now he absol with the ultimate Boogie. Just gonna die again, isn't he? With the Maledics? Or are they using enough? Very close indeed. Might need to right click this big one. Oh, not quite enough.
Was a cute idea though.
It's bad. Yeah.
Bit too obvious from Penta. They telegraphed this push again.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I
Surprisingly tanky, Oliver has to pop the interest bomb. Good kill, but still. Kills the kill, they, as I said,
Dyer's
only
top tower
Enchantress.
is under attack.
You get kills and extra money on your cores. Nine not being part of that though, kind of starts to hurt. He does have the arcane root, they really wanted to try and make use of that together with the Sonic Wave, but so far he's still falling further and further behind of the Medusa even.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's to be expected from here on out. Just because it is a Medusa approach, she's gonna always farm quite a bit in this container. And I mean, 9 kind of had to keep you up here. Bata was just pushing and farming really great uncontested. Took a tower, got a lot of damage onto this tier 2 as well. Just because Penta again, it was too obvious that they were sitting mid because nobody's gonna top, nobody pushed bottom, and there's just Enchantress Queen of Pain pushing mid. Could something be out? I don't know, man. A bit too obvious from them. But I think once they have a blink up on DMZ and it's not that far away, it's gonna be much easier for Penta to try and find those kills because you know blink fest is gonna be much more effective because you have a bigger range of course.
Oliver also only has that relic going for his signature build up with that Radiance. And probably maybe still end up going for some sort of medallion or solar crest in this game. Just anything to help you burst down people and just same time survive these fights as long as you can. Do that Radiance card. I don't know if that's the right choice here in this game though, because it still won't really help you if Medusa gets these stone games off. I mean, mid one hasn't skilled it just yet, but he will eventually, and I don't know, don't really have easy stuff apart from Blink Burst, right? It's not follow up, but if you don't chain that up properly, or if there's, you don't have enough burst, if there's any sort of counterplay from Secret, well, Bata's gonna die here now, more than likely. Couple right clicks with the Sonic Wave committed.
Yeah,
I gotta worry, I've seen enough Medusa just go ham in the late game to to not be feeling very confident if I'm Penta.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue for them. And right now they're not even building towards a proper answer for it anyway. Like, where are the items coming out that deal with the Dusa? Like, the Radiance is I like the build in general, but I'm not sure how much it does against the Dusa. Like, but we'll see, right? We'll see. I think for now, I mean, they still have another 10-15 minutes before they
Dire's
really
middle
start
tower
worrying.
is under attack.
Still can execute this mid-game lineup. They're just finding kills on Penta. They have these sort of two hero combinations that can go for cheesy pickoffs here and there with their abilities, even if they have to commit an epi set quarter. So, so if you're Penta, you still don't have to worry too much, but they definitely need those big items coming right now. The blink only 100 away now. Once that is up, I expect them to smoke up with the not even necessarily with the Lysander, but just Senking and maybe 2 other heroes.
Only triggered.
Find out sooner rather than later. DNC finishing it up now, looking up with RMN as well as 9 up top for the time being. Look at this rotation here, Secret. Don't want to just sit on their asses all day. Poppy continues to scout.
Dire's middle
They
tower
walk across
is
the
under
river.
attack.
9 would be a good target. If you can lock him down though, you don't have necessarily the easiest way to do it unless Ace is already on top. It's going back for the Sun Yasha builds. No quick blink is better played for him.
I think it kind of makes sense because they're not really in a rush at all, or they don't feel pressured. I think if they had felt pressured, maybe he goes for Orb. That's one movement.
Oh wow, went a little bit too deep here. I was looking at the lasso he coming through on Fat Brother. Well, the final track is still not like kill Armin. Gets a few spells off, but we're still not falling from first. Oliver taking over. The raid is completed, gonna be running down Ace. Strike some help. The kill that they were looking for, debated or something. I don't even know. Fata gets the TP out just in the nick of time, so there's nothing left to cancel it.
Yeah,
But
Penta been
they
setting
also
up
saw
for
his
this.
blink.
Penta's been setting up for this kill for quite some time. They have the Leshrac sitting in the and they're basically just waiting for this to happen. Again, I think if they had felt more pressured early on, maybe he goes for that blink. But I think going for this,
Radiant structures
they
are
take that away with it.
fortified.
Yeah, you just lose some heroes like that at the tower, but I mean, you have a Dusa lineup. Honestly, I don't think you're really at all. I mean, you're not even going to lose the tower.
Is under attack.
There might want catapults. He slowed down though with the attack speed. It's not him getting another boulder toss out. But yeah, at the very least do a lot of damage. It forced quite a few rotations here. Not sure if they expected this big commitment for tier 1 top. Medusa showing up, and with the lasso on cooldown as well, Fata is not going to be able to find anybody there. But they make it work, they defend, forcing Penta back.
Mid one playing
And
a little bit
they're just playing for time, right?
Yeah. Mid one a little bit aggressive here,
Dire's top
especially
tower is
Penta.
under
They
attack.
have really good words. I like these words.
She finds an epicenter being channeled up, all over to follow. Mid one does barely get enough one for the stone gaze here with the magic wand, but it's not even gonna matter. Not turning in anyone into stone in time. He's feeling very confident, very safe with that ultimate, but yeah. Seems good. That's a really good pick off. A lot of stones for Penta.
I think mid one felt a bit overconfident because Puppy was actually going through the jungle. Saw most of the heroes walking away from the jungle. And he saw, I don't think he scouted the live, so I think he only saw DNZ. It might have given mid one a little bit of false confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottom lane looks like they might go for the swap. Yeah, nothing to cancel that.
Seems like he ulted something on top. Also want that Link XP up against the last now, so it's not really worth
Radiant's
it.
bottom tower is under attack.
Boogie not really spending a lot of time looking for creeps. He's focusing on this right click build with like face boots, drums, onto the Hurricane Pike eventually here after the first half. And like if they're walking by a Mudgorn camp, so if they held on a little longer, maybe you get that to cancel the TP next time.
But at the same time, even forcing out the TP is already pretty good, you know, you force out the TP and then you pressure the tower and then
So break Fata with a blink, the cast gonna bounce a little bit here, trying to drag them closer together. DNZ will get the burst strike off to cancel it. Still take out to the Maledict eventually. After forcing in another dust, Boogie tracked up, but continuing to stay up at full health. Bit of commitment, Penta only loses support. Guess I can still be happy about that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like the Sand King. He's pretty much the main sort of ganker in this state of the game right now.
How can you blink out of that with the Radiance? Just it takes so long to start ticking, I guess. Oh well.
Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I think if you're Penta, you know, again, you definitely need the Sand King to do anything. And oh, such good awareness from them. Such good awareness from them.
Quick in first bomb.
Didn't really invest too much. They could go again. I mean, not invest it obviously. Smoke up again.
Yep.
Might even go for mid one here. They don't have the vision to really support this. Oh, never mind. They're going anyway.
Try Epicenter being channeled. Oliver. Oh, nice 4-stuff here. Hurricane Pike already. Oliver tanking up that cast. We'll keep mid one safety and very healthy indeed. Nice defensive use of that particular item. Ace up top speeds the farm, but it looks like Penta. They want to keep going, but Vada's the one finding the initiation on the enchanter. It's not to burn him down. The healing sprites next out now, so the heals come in much faster. Plenty of time for DNZ to come in. Follow up onto Vada here with our men. Oliver trying to take over. He's flying across, so Oliver cannot get enough right himself. Now he takes the whole death ward. DNZ is sitting there in this. They will find Batroid in the end somehow.
Ace just killed Vada. Ace just killed Vada by tossing him back onto the life stealer. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there. Unfortunate, but you know, they still get what, 5 kills, I think. So
indeed.
I mean, they're gonna take the power out of this wall. These are kind of the kind of fights that Penta can afford to have. A bit of greedy fights as well, you know. If you lose the Enchantress there, that's totally fine, but they try to go back into that and fight Secret, even though they already blew the epicenter and they knew the Stone Gaze was available. I mean, mid one didn't have to use it, but Stone Gaze was available. So effectively, Penta just tried to find like completely blind uphill as well. I was just quite a mistake.
Yeah. Well, I certainly paid the price for it. At 9, like I keep going back to this Queen of Pain. And I keep seeing him just inching forward in terms of net worth. Even if he's not dying, he's not really getting kills either. Now he's dying. Sure, yeah. Castle's Curse doesn't say that. DNC came in to try and help. Doesn't like the inside of him. Turning this around onto the Bounty Hunter. And now, ideally, they also get Vata as well. But he's pretty damn fast on his fate. I'll cancel Tranquil Boost to just make it a little bit easier. Not gonna be enough with Ace just throwing in the Avalanche.
Good awareness of also from Penta, immediately throwing that Flame Break, not to the life source, but to the Senking to keep Penta instead. The only way he gets caught out there is if Senking.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
Now we'll go down finally. Careful. A little bit of a tanked up. Kingstone coming in, immediately bursts on our men. DNC with the burst strike a little bit too late now. Well, Oliver, he's still fighting, trying to bring down Yapso. Rage will wear up a little bit, and he has 4-star from the rest of the team help out, and now Boogie. Well, 5 seconds napalm. Epicenter back available. DNC burst strike on 2. They can't even turn us here. They bring down Fata. Can they get anything else? So Death Ward, everything is still available for Secret. Another big burst, and all of a sudden it's only Oliver trying to heal himself up on a big old tanky 8-9. Finally coming in. Help finish up that kill. All of a sudden it is Secret for running out of options, so committing that Stone Gaze. Maybe underestimating Penta a little bit.
Yeah, and Penta actually winning that fight. They actually get more gold and experience out of it because they get those 2 cores.
16 more gold.
I mean, hey, you know, you take any wins you can get at this stage, especially considering how the gold is distributed as well. You know, you mentioned before that 9 hasn't really been part of these fights, and now he comes in and gets the kill into Ace. That's a huge kill for them. And yeah, okay, you don't get to use a kill, and you lose technically 3 heroes as well. But I think if you're Penta, you're still pretty happy with how the engagement went down, especially since it started off pretty badly. You know, you lost no track in the first second, and you still salvaged the fight by killing the Bad Rider and the Tiny.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Oh wow, was Dire Sakura dead? I mean, just came out of the ground, and I missed his icon, but I didn't actually see it dead on mine.
I did not see that either, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Puppy is hunting again for Sakura. I mean, he's playing the bounty. I mean, you know, after spending so much time with Paladai, you start figuring out the ways of the bounty hunter. You know, spend time hunting this.
It is Blink Lasso onto DNC. Bring down a big control factor immediately with extra combo from Ace. But 9 and Oliver, they want to trade. Ace drops down, has to fight into the depth ward though. The stun just short here on the RB Absol. That means Penta have to turn around. We'll be alright. Infest into 9. Don't quite get the counter kill, but at least don't lose anything else. Needs to be now completely on Puppy. Forced away from his position, so Kuda actually found his way through without being picked off. Gets him on the way back though. That was the Sancho. Yeah.
Anyway, he's also pretty high level for support, level 14 already, and that just means that his heal is so effective. The dead Fata.
Try to TP out again, but at this point the damage is there to dispel the TP in the most satisfying way possible through death.
Dire's middle tower.
Penta, they're looking for more here, trying to build some extra momentum. They see Yapsor in there, Ruben can slow him down, but well, they'll see him on the high ground. Puppy being in the middle of that cast will stop bouncing. Extra slows, couple right clicks with Puppy, but that'd be protection for him. Not the least, so Oliver now has to play up against Bitmon as he comes into the fray. 9! Actually gets thrown to the stone, now slowed down by the fresh Scotty. Gets the blink out, only just. They've lost Boogie already. Arman slowed down. Okay, that Slug actually clips Puppy in the end. 9 with another blink out. Episode being channeled as DNZ comes in with a burst strike. Focusing on the Absol. Much easier to hide. He's trying to continue to Kydra on mid one. Ace with Komodo. 9 force blink out again. Another burst strike. Maybe finish up the Absol. Not quite though. Lifestealer. What? How?
I am not quite sure. I don't think he had Maledict. I don't think he had Maledict. I guess it must have been. He died back in He definitely completed the TP with Maledict, but at least it looked like he had it on him. Either way, disastrous shot for Penta yet again. You want to know why? Because they fought without vision. Obviously, they were forced into the fight in the first place because the Outcast started them out, and you know they started with the Yapsor cast. But again, they fight completely into a secret without any vision. They blink low ground they blink low ground on Blank Pain, and he gets stoned up. Actually, has to count as lucky start if he doesn't die there. Could have been even worse for them, honestly. If the Queen of Pain dies, it wouldn't have taken much for her to die there. So. It's sloppy from them to take these fights where they don't have the vision. I mean, it's not like Secret has the vision either, but with the track, they can make the vision happen.
Yeah. They're just feeling a little bit too confident, just getting that one kill onto Fata, but he's not by far the only problem that they have. Even without his initiation picking somebody off, you're still having to deal with a very fun Medusa that's impossible to go on. So as soon as mid-1 enters the fight, you have to run away from him. And try and either stay alive or kill everyone else first. It's also gonna be hard. I mean, there's 4 7 on Yapso, so he's even more kitey potential. Tiny isn't exactly squishy either. And Fountain, the Puppy, proved to be quite annoying with the invis. The only reason he died there was because the Sonic Wave just barely clipped him.
I think the priority in fights for Penta has to be that for Witch Doctor. He provides so much sustain with his Voodoo Restoration and with the Spirit Vessel as well. I mean, there was a full epicenter channeled onto mid-1 Pika, and he only went to most of his mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just so much to go through, and if you have the Voodoo Restoration on top, virtually impossible to kill Medusa without dropping all the other ones. Buffy just casually dispels the smoke, and the dust is just 2 seconds away.
Bounty Hunter Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
And they still ship up the 3 come on.
Well, it's only a bit of utility on it, but it's continuing. Oh, they see it. They're protecting against that, yeah.
Puppy's he just scouted out with the
This is dust to work with. He sees Puppy. Oh, yeah. Really careful with that. Down bottom at the same time, though. All these supports battle up against each other. First strike here onto Fata. Gets a lasso off on Lysils. Will still be clicked down by Boogie. TP through from Puppies comes in. They have to run away from that one though. 1-4 trade already. Oliver down super low health. Another rage. Only 5 seconds. And well, the champions doesn't have the same luxury. Oliver Infest comes right back out. Once they get the kill on Puppy. Alright. Now, can he continue to retreat? The answer is no. Ace for the triple kill after that extra blink. And this is not boding well for Penta. We're getting to that point where it's not even just Medusa. Look at Ace. He has a Blink, Sant, Yasha, Soul Kiras. He's He's hitting hard, and you're not killing him either. Without casting all ultimates.
This time around, you can't even blame Penta for trying to take the fight. They actually have really good game. They kind of knew what they're getting into. They also knew the Dot Hunter was there, but at the same time, they try looking for a fight with them on the shot there. And that's actually a huge part of the team control. Hitting the second stun after the burst strike. They took Penta immediately out of the equation, and suddenly Penta really wasn't able to fight anymore. So this is something that, I mean, again, I do think it was a much better fight this time around just because they had the vision there, but without the shot, it's difficult. I guess fortunately for them, I guess quote-unquote only lose Aegis would be worse. They could have lost towers potentially because they take a fight that deep and in general they don't really lose any towers.
You still have quite a few of them up, even tier 1 bottom lane is still very well healthy. So they do have that map control to just find the farm, just try and get up to the next sort of items. But I'm not sure if it's gonna make too much of a difference. 9, he has this Shiva's Guard queued up, which is going to be useful, but I'm not sure if it's the one that they need.
Oh, he definitely needs it. He is too squishy right now for to do that. And I say that even though he has one.
Right, Infest Burst Strike on to 2. Sound Taps are not going to be the target. They want to try and bring down Yasuo. Pesky Witch Doctor. They will be successful. At the same time, they did lose Arm Man in that same spot. The ultimate coming through to finish up Pape. 9. Gets the second kill. Both supports done with range partner. Good trade though. Blink Lasso onto Dino. He's going to be bursted down. Ace comes back in mid one. Just the big wall that you cannot get across. 9 force blink out. Boogie's blink to the right hand side. Didn't get him here, Fata? Don't slow down, another blink, Ace just too late.
Well,
did have a toss, but no avalanche anyway.
Still not too bad for Penta. They trade both supports for supports, obviously, but I think that's fine at this stage. They have Yapsor. Look at him, he has higher net worth than the Enchantress. Just slightly higher, but still. Yeah. So this is actually really important kill to get, and going forward, they just have to keep getting Yapsor in those fights. I mean, even that one fight that they lost in the jungle this time, where they had the good vision, it was still, Yapsor was in the back line, healing up, and just throwing out his death ward. They need to get to him first in those engagements. And obviously, I say it, but it's really difficult because his positioning is really good, and they always make sure that they have like the cores in front of him as well. So if they want to get to him, they have to go past the people, and it's not easy.
So far, Penta at the very least keeping themselves in the game, but for how long? Continue to try and go for these blink kills. I don't think they saw Poppy here, but he in turn scouts at Boogie.
They need to start carrying a gem soon. Because Poppy just ruined 2 ganks, like a smoke gank mid and this gank now. Like this should have been a kill onto Fata potentially, or even Bounce Hunter at the very least, but just because they don't have that gem right now, they can't be scouted out. And because Bounty Hunter scouts everybody, they just can't take a tower from free bottom, they can take the other lanes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Or Penta don't get anything for it.
Oh, I see DNZ. Gotta go on him here. Life steal popping out. Poppy, 10.5 health, but do they have detection for him? Well, do they need it? That's the next question here. And yeah, they have the dust anyway. Auto finishes that kill. DNZ is still alive, but now Yapsor coming into play. Mid one from the shrine. Oliver isolated from the rest of his team. Yapsor will finish up Iron Man solo, more or less. Now the ult's up. I see Boogie is there. Can start to right click away a little bit. Meanwhile, 9 is playing with his Witch Doctor, trying to burst him with the ultimate, with the Sonic Wave. Will be enough. Another infest here onto DMZ. Penta. Very good adhesive here. They get 2 kills, only trade for 1. Lasso is down, and DNZ can go for Fata. Way too far forward here. He will fall as well. Oh, well, he heals up to buy himself a little bit more time. DNZ will be right click down as mid-run comes in. But I don't think he can really catch up to these calls, even with his Guardi.
Bottom lane, Ace is trying to bait Enchantress into farming this creep wave. Oh, Boogie almost took the bait. Almost took the bait.
He's still gonna die, isn't he? Maybe not. Burst. Not quite enough at this point. The Hurricane by giving him some distance, and now Ace. 9 is coming in. Keepers, and they see him inside the trees. Another combo available. Second. Boogie. Enough health. Oliver also coming through. They can run down Ace.
Yeah, this is...
It's new life for Penta, just given by Secret, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. That engagement where Bad Rider jumps the Sand King, I mean, he should have known that was going to be infested. Sand King.
Yeah.
And even if it hadn't been, I mean, it's the Sand King still. It's not an easy target for the 2 to kill. It was a bit greedy, for sure. Then Ace doesn't TP back to join the fight, but instead split pushes, which I think is fine, but then he dies just now because he's overextends for an Enchanter's kill. Bit sloppy from Secret, but at the end of the day, you still have the Dusa. You know, Dusa has been untouched for, well, 30 minutes almost.
That might very well be the story of this game. Like, Penta, they're fighting, they're getting kills, but Medusa. Some 4 stuff out here from Booby.
Dusa now level 25, by the way, so if they ever group up again, he's just gonna slow them all.
Just expire. The next Roche may respawn.
Oh, that's
Look at this damage! Ouch! Yapso snagging it. Like, but damn, that was... How much was that? 2,124 in like, what, 2-3 seconds? Something like. Try, Oliver. Walking in. Midwall doesn't care, look at this. I'm just gonna get the tower on the right click. Epicenter being channeled up from the high ground, so Oliver's gonna get some help. So gets the ultimate off. Both of them with the stone cross off the way. It feels so bad, man.
Getting fully healed again. Yapsor with the Spirit Vessel and the Voodoo Restoration. Oh, someone was fully healed. In the meantime, they killed our men.
Can't recharge mana as well, though, unfortunately.
That's why they publish right now. But yeah, in the meantime, they kill our men. 3-man strike kill for them as well. Just not looking good. Yeah, they, you know, in these skirmishes, they kill pretty much anybody, but they just never touch the Dusa, and that's a big problem.
Yeah. They also can, even if they win like the skirmish, they can't touch Medusa, so mid one comes in, they still have to run. Same for Ace almost, unless it's completely isolated like we saw earlier, so even if they do that, they can never turn this into objectives. So eventually this game is going to tilt in favor of Team Secret, unless they get the kill on Medusa, then you have some more room to work with. Maybe they can't do it now. Mid one, Ace is right next to them though. Break, Ace. Trying to burst him down, wants some more right clicks, gets the heals off, the 3 almost enough to bring him down, at the very least is forced it in. The rest of Team Secret, which means, oh, DNZ does not go in to kill himself and Oliver.
What I really don't like from Penta is that they commit only 3 heroes for this. I feel like, even if they find somebody, unless it's, I mean, yeah, even if they find somebody, do they definitely get the kill without trading? Because the way Secret's playing, they're never really like split. Right? We saw Ace split maybe once. Bottom there is trying to split push, and maybe the Bat Rider. But generally speaking, there's always a support close by. The Dusas, you know, generally very much around her team as well. So even if they find a kill there, they probably trade it very inefficiently. So I'm not sure why they just don't commit more heroes for this. I know they're pushing out the waves on these other heroes, but I feel like they just have to commit to something with like 5 heroes.
Well, commit to a base defense with 5 heroes down bottom. Our men's pushing it a little bit. DNC still doesn't like this. It's been a soul for the last minute or so inside that center. Eventually they'll have to TP back into them though. As soon as he controls it. It looks like they just want to control this area of the map. Still tier 2 to take, much easier, much safer to do, and then it can look more for China. It will spawn in a minute. Then with Aegis and Cheese in the lineup, between mid one and Ace, it gets really hard to see how Penta can even kill twice. They're having trouble killing them once.
Penta might be
Dire's top tower.
Oh, the reaction time.
Do I get it? Now, stuff from tanking. Necessary.
Getting completely outplayed there. This is, I mean, you pointed out earlier, how much time did they just waste for this one game, right? They just, the Lysander sat inside the sand thing for 2 or 3 minutes.
Force stuff back, but immediately force stuff forward from mid one to just stay in range.
Well, with this, I wouldn't be surprised if they either took Roche or just went high ground. Roche is not up, so they high ground. Actually, do they know that Roche is not up?
This is helpful, yep, so we'll die, maybe. Six charges made one more right necessary.
Nine might be dead here now.
Oh, that was a much bigger kill. Gets a blink out. Oh, mid one though. So mobile here with the butterfly, Facebook, 4-star. Our man caught on the outside as well. Penta is dropping one by one. And it's GG now with Ace in front. Medusa also doing a lot of. We do have all of it. We do have 9, but you're about to not have all of it anymore. Looking so down despite the rage. Will expire 2. Ace was locked down. Now he gets some damage. No buyback on anyone. Prepare coming in. Fresh 3 on Ace. You have Blink Epicenter Burst Strikes. You have the Sonic Wave.
I don't think you try that. I think you need those spells for a fight with the Lesser, because you're not gonna kill anybody with that. Yeah, you kill maybe the Bartender with it.
Down for 80 seconds. Secret can easily go for Mega Creeps here. Once they realize that Lifesteal doesn't have buyback. Careful forward, 4-star forward Boogie. This time not quite enough. Ace though, you'll be able to finish that off. Now that you have our buyback, the racks fall in the meantime. Can make a beeline straight for the bottom. That's exactly what they're doing. Without the agents, mid one feels like he is unstoppable, and I concur. There it is, they're gonna try, they have to. Force off away though from the epicenter. Oh, with the Orchid, with the silence. That's gonna burst him down, so it's a good start. Ace looking to try and take over. DKB on cooldown still though for a couple of seconds, so Secret. Maybe a little bit too confident here, Penta. Make that work with the amount of burst somehow, but yeah. Not sure if the Orchid was revealed earlier. I think that was what made the difference there.
Definitely caught them off guard a little bit. Mid one was kind of below. Or at the very least, the backup took a little bit too long to respond. So,
oh no.
Has fallen.
Yeah. Multi-player Schwein. That is a bad idea. It's dead anyway now, so.
Well, it's looking really rough for Penta. I'm trying to think of ways for Penta to get back into this fight with this game, but to get the T9 Secret, I feel like it's. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it definitely needs Secret to make mistakes as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they even force the buyback from mid one to take this first round. I don't think they want to give them the easy.
Inside the pit a little bit here with the flame break spam. Not right now, though.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. They could definitely take Roshan before.
Sees Armin inside, try and burst him down. Alive though, Nature's Defense is helping out a little bit longer, but a big old tree still coming through. Boogie, look at this burst damage. Now the lasso onto Oliver, keeping him away. So does 9 to do some damage. A find Puppy. They also already brought down Yapsor. So it's still a good fight for Penta. 2-for-1 trade. Supports for support. Big one though, well, that's all they wanted. Bought enough time to do so respond naturally. Yeah, but support lives at this point, so with these two heroes, Tiny and Medusa, they will be instant down, so back into their own base. Mission accomplished. Age is now in the hands of Medusa. Ace holding on to the cheese. In arcade move bottles. Not sure how useful that's gonna be, but I guess low cooldown for the avalanche combo.
This is not that's
really isn't 34k network advantage.
Yeah.
This is
That one Roshan, or this Roshan fight, if they had won that without the Rita, maybe I think it looks much better now. If they win it without the Rita. No.
Die here. He's there, the Blink Burst talking everybody. Except mid one. Both of them have it, that's the only reason they're this far out. But I mean, statistically, you don't come back from this game with this far. I don't believe this ever happened in Pro. Ace comes through, wants to burst down, another one, there it is, Armin. That's not going to take in this particular fight, you see with the burst strike. Now Ace already forced out Eat the Cheese, that's good. But Oliver turned to stone here in the front lines for a little bit. Try and focus on small stuff. 9 also super slow, couple of napalm seconds, gets the ultimate off, but no spell life steal means he'll take out Oliver. Well, in front lines, nothing else he can offer. GG, well played, it's called. And Team Secret, 3-1 victory.
Secret just the sort of more experienced, I think. It's definitely tall. Penta took some a bit sloppy, maybe